So it's fall in Tennessee, and I've had this on my list for a while to ride the Music City Bikeway, which I used to ride a couple years ago, and it's one of my favorite rides in Nashville by far, because you get to see the whole city. So the Music City Bikeway, it's about a 27-mile greenway and road that you can kind of ride from the west side of Nashville over near Percy Warner Park, and you ride it basically up the Charlotte corridor into downtown, through downtown, and then along the river of Shelby Bottoms, and then you cut up the Stones River Greenway, and you wind up at Percy Priest Dam. Now, I've ridden this greenway several times, mostly back in 2016 and 17 when I was riding my bike a lot more than I do today. The first time I did it in May of 2016, and I rode it one way from our house through Percy Warner Park out to the dam. And then I think Emily came and picked me up. That was 31 and a half miles. And then I did it 2 other times, and I rode it basically from my house to the dam and then back for a 60-plus mile round trip. That's not for the faint of heart. That's a pretty good day. It's more fun just to go one way, and that's what we're going to do today. And I put it on my list with Preston. Preston's going to ride it with me. He's on his way over here now, and I've got to get the bikes. They've been in the truck. They were in there during the summer. I kept them in there all summer, and I parked it out in the hot, and I think I blew 2 tires inexplicably. So I've got to change 2 tires and get the bikes ready to go. And honestly, it's been a while since I've ridden a bike many miles. We rode last weekend for about 10 miles in Chattanooga, but that's the first time we'd ridden in a long time. We should be fine. Preston's going to want to go fast. I'm not going to be going as fast. He may run off and leave me. He usually does when we go on bike rides. He is not a fan of going slow. I'm going to take in the sights. We're going to go to Centennial Park. That's the 100-year celebration of Tennessee. And then we'll go past the Bicentennial Mall at the Capitol building. And that's the 200-year celebration of Tennessee. We're starting on the west side of Nashville out in Bellevue. And we'll go on a greenway, the Harpeth Greenway, which is one of my favorite greenways. And then we'll ride through Edwin Warner Park. And then we'll ride through Percy Warner Park and get on the Music City Bikeway. And then you're on greenways and the road. And you go through downtown Nashville. You go through Shelby Bottoms, which is a great ride. You cross the Cumberland River on a bridge, and then you ride through a golf course, and then you wind up at Percy Priest Dam up the Stones Creek Greenway. It's a fun ride. Hopefully my lack of training leading up to this won't damage the entire ride and we have to bail. Preston won't have to bail. I might have to bail. Emily's going to come pick us up at the dam when we get there so we don't have to ride it back. So it should be about 30 miles, which is a lot to do with no training, I guess. We'll take it slow. I'll take it slow. Final preparations. I'm doing a road bike instead. Preston's doing my mountain bike. I got to do that so that he'll go slow because I'm old. This bike was actually already set up with all the bags and everything that I wanted. And plus, Preston's going to be faster than me. So I got to do things to slow him down because he'll be wanting to run off and leave me the whole day. And we're off. I'm beating him so far. All right, so we are at the Harpeth River Greenway, which is one of my favorite greenways. So it goes way up that way, but we're right here about halfway on it. So we're gonna ride along the river and we're going to Edwin Warner Park. We'll ride through it to Percy Warner. Right. The Harpeth. So this is the Harpeth River Greenway. I made a video about that. It's one of my favorite greenways. And then it heads into Edwin Warner Park, which I've made a video about that. And I've ridden this a ton. And then that can ultimately lead over into Percy Warner Park, my favorite park in Nashville, and of the 2 Warner Parks. So this is the Harpeth. And then here at this bridge is on the other side of the river is where you put in to do kayaking. And it's the very first leg of the Harpeth River State Park. So then you come into the back of Edwin Warner. So we just went through Edwin. We're out on Sneed. We're gonna go up to Steeplechase and cut through Percy Warner over to Deep Wells. And now we're in Percy Warner by Steeplechase. It's gonna get hilly here. Trees are just starting to change here in Nashville. We have a little chocolate, banana. We're over in Percy Warner now. Pretty hilly in this part. So we're gonna go up here, then we're gonna go up this giant hill, which Preston and I have debated. We might run a little test.
It'll be over quickly.
What is it? I said I could run faster than you could bike.
No chance.
Because I can't run very fast, but I can still outrun him on that bike. All right. Ready?
You gonna run with your bike?
Yeah, I'll push my bike. I'll give you half a fighting chance.
Okay.
Plus, I'm already winded. This is a monster hill. How far are we going?
Until you literally pass out, I guess, because there's no way you're making it.
Well, that'll be about that sign right there.
I guess if this is the true test, like, because
it's the stamina.
It's so easy. You're like, oh,
all right,
sandbag.
Let's go. Ready? You say when.
3, 2, 1, go.
All right. He's gonna have to gear up. Oh no, he's already.
Such a good, easy gear. I would just burn you out right here. I would burn you out right here.
I'm gonna get this guy to help me. Run up the hill and pass him.
I would just be in like a gear higher, sitting on your hip.
Oh God, he's pulling away. Oh no, he's a powerhouse. All right, Preston won the bet. What did we bet? Oh, we didn't. Man, that hill sucks. Sure is pretty up here though. All right, so we're at the Deep Well trailhead. So this is where you park. And then the entrance we're looking for is at the end of this road. All right, and at the Deep Wells trailhead entrance, you get off here, and this takes you to the mountain bike course. So you can park at Deep Wells and go to the mountain bike course. You can go in right there. And then this is also the beginning of the Music City Bikeway. So from here on out, there's signs that say Music City Bikeway, like that. And we'll cross this road, and from here we're gonna be on roads and greenways. So we're like 11 miles in, and we've been going about an hour. And we've barely even been on a road. But that was not the Music City Bikeway, that was just the preamble, which we probably shouldn't have done. All right, so we're at McCabe, Richland Creek Greenway, I believe. Maybe it's McCabe Greenway. It's McCabe Golf Course. So you kind of ride around the golf course along Richland Creek. Heavily traveled on the weekends. And they've got this nice netting where you don't get hit by golf balls. All right, we're at 440.
Easy.
I've never been on this Greenway. Preston's leading the charge. Dino's starting to wear out. It's so sad.
Uh-oh.
And Centennial Park is our next stop. It's right there. All right, so this is Centennial Park. Stop here and get us a banana. So they built the Parthenon and a bunch of other buildings during the 100-year anniversary of Tennessee. The World's Fair was here, and they tore all the buildings down except for the Parthenon, which is a scale replica of the one that's in Greece. It's a pretty cool building. And then there's a lake over behind it. Over there. We used to come in, feed the ducks, and ride paddle boats, but they don't do that anymore, I don't think. What'd I say, we were 21 in?
Yep.
You feeling good?
Yep.
He's feeling better than I am.
Halfway down.
Halfway? We should not have added that 11 miles at the beginning. Or I should have been on the bike before now. Preston knows I need a hospital. Babe, I'm pulling in. Give me some air. I need some air, baby. We just passed the Center for Weight Management. We think they need to be with us because this is good for weight management. So you can start to see the downtown skyline. We're not really on the Music City Bikeway path. Preston's got a cut through. A lot less traffic to deal with.
The gun violence is not as safe. But
yeah, we're gonna get through downtown. Next stop should be Bicentennial Mall. So today I get to mark off one of the state parks. So this is Bicentennial Mall, and it was to commemorate 200 years of Tennessee, and it is designated a state park, and there's not really much to do here other than walk around. Now over there is a farmer's market, which we may go into. But it's just a mall. And then the Tennessee State Capitol is back up that way. So I'll film that in a second. We may go over here and get us a drink or something. And then there's the Tennessee Capitol. And there's a train going across some train tracks up there. So we're basically at the north side of the city. And we're gonna go this way and get back on the Greenway. And then this is the baseball stadium. So the Nashville Sounds play there. Uh-oh. Greenway closed. And then we're downtown Nashville. Titan Stadium, we'll be over there in a minute. We're gonna go across the pedestrian bridge. Fort Nashboro. We'll pass 2nd Avenue, where all the action is. I don't really get down here a lot. People pedal down here on these pedal taverns. I prefer to pedal my bike. All right, now we're gonna go across the pedestrian bridge up here where all those people are walking. We were just down here 2 nights ago for the Rufus Du Sol concert. There's a Ascend Amphitheater right over there. It's cool. It's my favorite music. It's my favorite place to see music. So you kind of start in downtown here and you go up and over the bridge. You wind up across the river by the Titan Stadium. And you hang a right and you basically just go through this kind of industrial area. And it leads you out to, but there's a big, huge double bike lane they've marked off. And then you wind up heading into Shelby Bottoms. And it's all flat because you're going across the river. So we're at Shelby Bottoms. And this is a city park. Pretty good one. It's got a big greenway that runs right along the river, runs under these train tracks. Roll Tide. And we've ridden bikes here a lot with the kids over the years. So we're 28 miles, 2.5 hours, having one more banana. So this is an old airport, and I've never been over here. I've seen it on the map. Now we're up and over the bridge and over the river. So we were about 30 miles, a little over 30 miles in at this point, And this is not a big hill, but this is this video is shot in actual speed, and you can literally see me slowing down as we go up. So you kind of corkscrew around and you wind up to go up to this bridge that goes across the Cumberland. And, you know, I'd not ridden a bike at all hardly this year, and I don't think I'd eaten enough on the day. We'd had bananas and honey and chocolate, but my legs were tapped out completely. So I just called in support. Emily's gonna come pick us up right across this bridge. We're gonna abandon the last part of the Greenway. We added so much at the beginning before we ever got on. You know, I think we've done more miles than the Music City Bikeway, but my legs coming up that hill right there, whoo! The bananas I've been eating, they're not keeping me up. So Emily's gonna come pick us up. She was gonna pick us up at the dam. We're gonna chop off the last part of the Greenway. So we've done 32 and a half miles, and we're just gonna, there's a skate park right across the bridge here. So we're gonna stop there. I think if we'd have done just the Music City Greenway, Bikeway, I think it was like 25 or 27 miles. So we've done more miles. And the last part, there's not really that much to see. It's all just Greenway, and you wind up at the dam, which is fun, but this bridge is kind of the last big landmark. You drove through a golf course, and then there's another little park you drive through, but there's nothing to see there. So we're just gonna call it. We gotta get to Grand's for dinner tonight. We're gonna need dinner after this. So that was our trip. We started in Bellevue, we rode on the Harpeth River Greenway, and we got into Edwin Warner, Percy Warner, and at the edge of Percy Warner's where we got on to the Music City Bikeway for the 28-mile loop there that goes out to the dam. And we did not make it to the dam. We stopped at the river just short of the dam. We went 32 miles. We had probably another 6 miles to go. So you can see on the map here, you kind of go through across the river, a golf course area, which is kind of hilly. And then you're basically on the Stones River Greenway all the way to the dam. And then the end of point is the Percy Priest Dam. Preston used to shred it here. This is where Preston used to do it. He used to come in here and shred it on a skateboard. This is the end of our journey today. Two Rivers Skate Park. So this is the end of our journey. We're gonna wait for Mom to come pick us up right here. Hopefully she'll pull right there where we don't even have to walk. Where is she? Hello, Mother. We've called in support. There's Mom. This is our Uber Emily. She picks random people up on bikes. So if you need help at skate parks, if you need somebody to come pick you up on your bike, just call Emily. She'll do anything.